All right, I think we're going to go ahead and start, everybody. Woohoo! Okay, so hi there. Good morning. It's always morning in the band room or the band Zoom, and thanks for joining us this evening. Good to see our seniors. It's been a rough year, but I don't need to tell any of you that. You all know in your own way. But these kids right here, the seniors, it's been especially rough for them. They've lost more than just about anybody. The seniors especially, but also band seniors, because boy, band was really just killed by the pandemic. So it's life, but boy, they've had great attitudes about it, and it's been really great to be able to see them again and at least get back in the classroom for a little bit this year. And we have a concert coming up on the 27th. We're going to be sending information about that out soon. So look for that. Some people will be invited. And a lot of people won't. But anyway, we'll get that out soon enough. It'll be a lot of fun. So we're going to celebrate our seniors tonight and do a few other things. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Evett right now, who's going to lay out the ground rules for everybody and ask you all to do a couple things right now. There you go. Mr. Evett.
All right. Hi. I would say good evening, but it's actually good morning. So hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Glad you could join us today. So like Mr. Murray said, there are a lot of logistical things to talk about. First is, I think you might be able to tell, we are recording tonight. And so this will be posted on the Rio Band YouTube channel. You can check it out at a later time, or if anyone of your family couldn't make it tonight, they could also view it later. But just be aware, we are recording. Don't do anything stupid. And so with that in mind, tonight is mostly about our seniors. We're also going to talk about some other students, but as we're talking about each senior, we'll talk about them. We've got a slide for them, and then we will spotlight their video. To make that process go smoother, we ask that if you are not a senior, please turn your video off now. If your video is off, it will make Mr. Murray's job much easier to find the students to highlight. And I think, we can kind of tell There are a couple students sharing a computer, but somehow you're all squeezing into the camera so we can see you, which is great. So yeah, if you're not a senior, please turn your video off, and everyone, please stay muted. If for some reason we need you to talk, you know who you are if you're supposed to talk during this meeting, and if we need you to talk, we'll ask you to unmute. Okay. Yeah, so there you go. And now we're gonna have a brief Rad meeting. So I will toss it over to Aaron Treadwell, who is at Joseph Wise Computer. Yay!
Pandemonium. Okay.
I'm regretting the hey, let's all get together and do this together. That was my, all right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. I'll make this really brief. This is our spring Rad meeting. We always do this at usually spring concert. I will try to do this in under 3 minutes, but it's part of this is to thank the folks who've helped us out this last year, and also to let you know who will be running the Rio Band Boosters next year. So first thing I have to do is I have to get a first and a second to approve the minutes from the last meeting. Can I have a first?
First.
Can I have a second? Second. Okay, I'll let the secretary who's in this room know who did that, but we're going to approve the minutes. All right, then we're done. President's report. I just have to thank a few folks who just made this year, as typical as it was, as Mr. Murray said, better than it could probably have been. So I want to thank the board who stuck together, who really helped us out. Leanne, Christy, Adam, Lori, Nancy, James, Liesel, and particularly Tara Kringle. There are just, I mean, she sprinkles pixie and stardust over everything we have done this year, including BAM, which was our pseudo dinner dance this year. And made it a really great success. I want to thank all the parents who stepped up when we asked, hey, can you help us do this? Can you help us deliver signs? Can you help us do things? A lot of folks just stepped up. Some folks we'd never met before. We want to thank you for that. And of course, to our fantastic directors, Mr. Murray and Mr. Evatt, who with their forethought of let's keep the kids sane, that maybe will help the parents stay sane, I think really, really helped this year. Quickly, next thing is the treasurer report. I mentioned BAM. Well, at the beginning of the year, we were worried. We knew that we had a lot of money in the bank, and we thought this year was going to basically be a wash or a loss. I'm here to report that we had an income of $17,633 and expenses of $14,269, which means we made $3,363. We made money this year, so the program is in a really good shape. Oh, I'm not ever doing this again. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly let you know who is on the slate for next year, and we're not gonna take a vote. What we're gonna do is we're gonna email this out at tomorrow probably, and if anyone has objections or concerns, email it back, but we don't hear from anybody. These are your next RAB board of directors. I do want to point out we have 2 gaps in our program. We really need some folks to step up. That's with our play-a-thon, which is our biggest, most fun fundraiser we do in September, and also with our dinner dance. We need to have a co-chair in dinner dance desperately because it's Tara's last year next year, and she really needs to step back from it. So, but with that, right now, Leanne Ferry is our going to be president next year. She's been my second vice president the last couple of years, so fantastic. Heather Goodman's going to be our Ways and Means. Christy Heron's going to stay as our second vice president. Adam Kringle will remain as treasurer. Jen Kerr is coming back as secretary after a 6-year leave. Nancy Parker is going to stay on as auditor. We definitely need a play-a-thon chair, so please reach out to Mr. Murray or myself. We need to fill that. Dinner dance as well. Dinner dance vice chair will be Tara, and our PTA liaison is Liesel John. And that is it. And I want to thank you all very much. I hope that was less than 3 minutes. And back to the fun.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm jumping in here. This is Leanne Ferry. And Aaron, there's been a little shenanigans going on behind the scenes. So I'm here to let you know that on behalf of the whole RAB board, the directors, and all the students, that we want to acknowledge you and shine a little light on you and James both tonight for a moment to just say thank you so much for your 8 years and hundreds of hours of volunteer time that you've given to the kids and to the band program. Okay, so Aaron's been our president for the last couple of years, but Aaron and James both have served in various roles over the last few years, just really dedicated to the program and to the kids. And so as a small token, we have some gifts for you. So one is the super duper bag. You know that Tara was involved in this. You're gonna get this super duper bag that has some gifts in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so inside here is a night out at what I think is your favorite restaurant, or one of them. I had insider info. There's a bottle of Napa Cab in there. But the best part, and again, Tara was involved in this, is that you're getting this poster, okay? And this is signed by all of the students, by the directors, and by the board. And let me read what it says. It says 8 years of being in tune. 2013 to 2021. Thank you for your years of service, leadership, dedication to the kids of Rio Band. Thank you both, and I'll be delivering this all to you very soon.
Here. Back to the kids. Here. Thank you.
Back to you, Mr. Evett.
Yes, thank you. Awesome, awesome stuff. Wait, why is it back to me?
Oh, it's not. It's me because you're so adorable in that bow tie.
Thank you.
Okay, it's my turn. Hi, everybody. Yes, I will say, the Treadwells have been really, really wonderful for Rio Band. Wonderful to work with. Great leaders. They know how to get things done, and it's not just the parents, also the kids. So they're doing something right there, and we really appreciate them. So thank you, and thank you for putting that together, Leanne and Tara. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get on with our program here. So I want to remind everyone right now that please keep yourself muted. If you are a student, you know how to do that. If you're a parent, you might not. So please, if you are unmuted, let's fix that. You want to make sure that you are on mute. Go to the lower left-hand corner of your Zoom page, and where it says mute, click on that. If it has a red line through it, you're muted. If it doesn't, we can hear everything going on in your house. And please stay that way. Also, please don't put your finger on the space bar, because that briefly unmutes you, and then we just hear your dog, and that's no good. Okay, I'm sure your dog's good, but hearing them on Zoom is not. Okay, then let's see. Also, if you are a senior, please make sure that you are in frame and your camera is on, because we're going to be coming to you. If you are not a senior, please make sure that your camera is off. That is also in the bottom left-hand corner of your Zoom screen where it says stop video. You press on that, it will stop your video. Yeah. Okay. So this is awards season, and we're going to go very quickly and just read down all the award winners from our bands. They were awarded in class this week. There's at least one person who did not get their award because they weren't in class, and so they're going to be hearing about it for the first time. These are the in-class awards, usually voted on by the students and done in Smombo this year, but other than that, awarded by myself and Mr. Evett. So here we go. We're going to start with the FM Jazz Ensemble. The most improved, we had Valentino Frankowski and Vanessa Islas Rangel. We have the most spirited, Livia Baki and Jack McGoldrick. The hardest working, Logan Chambers and Jax McGee. The player of the year in FM is Tyga Maldonado, also the name of the year, coolest name in Rio Band. Okay, for Zero Period Jazz Ensemble, the most improved was Andy Sachs and Lily Valencic. The most spirited was Jackson McMorris. The hardest working were Oliver Kringle and Paloma Cobb Silva. The player of the year was Isaac Goodman and Jackson Ferry Zamora. He didn't know that. Now he knows. Okay. In Smumble, the most improved were Ben Hansen and Vianel Masalang. The most spirited were Lily Valencic and Julia Massey. The hardest working were Isaac Goodman and Ryan Nolan. The most creative were Brad Arayatan and Ryan Nolan. The player of the year was Ryan Nolan. In concert band, third period concert band, the most improved were Audrey Hosa and Julian Pratt. The most spirited were Jonathan Deglow and Ellery Kay. Sorry, Ellery. The hardest working were Yoel Nurayo and Yunbi Chu. And the player of the year was Gianna Dobrescu. In honors concert band, the most improved were Aiden Barnes and Julia Hayes. The most spirited were Sean Kelly and Audrey Lua. The hardest working were Brad Arayatan and Audrey Forsyth. And the players of the year were Ava Diedrich and Ajith Iyer. Okay, that's our in-class awards. And now we're going to celebrate our seniors. I'm going to, well, actually, no, we got a couple other things to hand out first. I'm going to send it over to Mr. Evett. Take it away.
Now it's my turn.
There you go.
And I was actually supposed to talk about muting and turning off your camera. So that's my bad. Sorry, everybody. So what we have next is the 2 certificates. So in addition to the in-class awards, we also like to honor a freshman of the year and a mentor of the year. So it is with great honor that I give the mentor of the year to this student, who is just a fantastic example of hard work. We knew this student was going to be good coming in this year. They had a reputation preceding them, and they lived up to it. They really worked hard, put in that extra effort, and lived up to the name. So the freshman of the year is Paloma Cobb Silva. Congratulations, Paloma. It's a baby. Good
Wait,
stuff.
hold on. Let me spotlight you there, Mr. Evans.
Oh, sure.
That picture again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. That's a picture of Paloma. Who knew?
Is. Yep. That is Paloma as
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, we have the mentor of the year award. So this goes to an upperclassman who has shown great leadership and has really put in that extra effort of helping the underclassmen kind of get indoctrinated in the Rio way, in the Rio traditions, which was super hard this year.
Yeah.
Like, we were over Zoom so much, it was just really challenging. So major props to this mentor of the year, Oliver Kringle.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a picture of Oliver.
This is Oliver 20 years from now. No, it's Yoda.
Oh, okay.
Wise you are. So those are the certificates for this year. Now it is time to honor our seniors. Excellent stuff.
Indeed.
All right. So let me finish setting up, and away we go. All right. So first up, I have the honor of talking about Bradley Buckmiller. Oh, man. So Bradley, I met last year. He was one of the bass players in concert band, and he was just a joy. I really came to love his playing and also how he would wear awesome rock band t-shirts to school often. Tool, Metallica, good stuff. As you can see in this picture, Bradley is a hard rocker. And so he's just a great guy, and he also has the best radio voice in the band program, hands down. He's just fantastic. And Bradley is one of those kids, I was always really happy when he would talk over Zoom because he just has this amazing voice, and he always has good things to say. So with 6 semesters in the band, it's Bradley Buckmiller. Woo. There we go.
Yeah.
Next up, I have the honor of talking about Vanessa Los Rios. So Vanessa is an awesome success story. Vanessa started in the Rio band journey. She started her journey in piano class. She took piano class as a freshman at Rio and loved it, and then took it again as a sophomore and was a TA for piano class as a sophomore, and then joined the band program as a junior in concert band last year. And she was so dedicated and just an integral part of that percussion section. It was really great having her there as just a responsible and dedicated student. And now this year, she's in honors concert band and also has dabbled in jazz, which is just so cool. It's like, I love this story of her being in piano and then seeing and getting to know the kids in the band program and just joining the band. It's amazing. It's really great. And she's really good. Like, she was playing on the Steinway in the auditorium today, and it sounded awesome. I had to ask her afterward, like, what were you playing? So Vanessa, I'm just so impressed with how you've improved as a musician over the years, and just your responsibility, your dedication, your reliability. Way to go. With 6 semesters in band, it's Vanessa Los Rios.
There we go.
Woo! Hey, Vanessa. All right. And then moving right along. Next up, I have the great joy to talk about Chris. So Chris holds a very special place in the Rio band program. Every band program always needs more horn players. I don't know what it is. It's like, it's just the instrument that you always want more of because it's just so beautiful when played well. And so to have a horn player and also a good horn player is a dream come true. And Chris, he fills that role for us. And so it's like, we could not do the things we do without him. He's so important. So thank you, Chris. And he also has helped, Joey Stevens switch to horn. And I'm sure Chris has helped him as well with that transition. So it's just really good stuff. I'm so proud of his growth also as a musician. When I started to know him last year, he, kind of played a little timid and he was very shy. And now he just like plays out. And I feel like he's really come out of his shell in just the best way. So Chris, I'm so proud of you. Continue to just, show the world that you can do anything. You've got it all. So way to go, Chris. With 8 semesters in band, it's Chris Stubbs. There he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes it does that. I don't know why it repeats the song, but whatever. And then next up, not yet. Next up, I get to talk about Allison. So here's the deal about Allison. She is low-key one of the best musicians in honors concert band. No joke, but she would never tell you that. Modesty is an incredible virtue, and Allison has it in spades. I think it's really going to help her in her life journey. It's just such an important thing and that's a hard skill to learn, modesty. So it's really great that Allison has that. And again, just an amazing example of leadership in the woodwinds section of HCB these past 2 years. She has, played solos, the flute solos in the band, and just been such an awesome leader, really great, welcoming personality, and just so dedicated and a hard worker. So Allison, thank you so much for your time and your effort. And I'm so proud of the growth you've made on your flute and also as a person. So with 8 semesters in band, it's Allison Hughes.
There's Allison. Hi, Allison.
And onward we go.
Okay, I believe it's my turn now. Yeah, before I get to Sean here, nice pose there, buddy. Then I want to remind, there are some people that have come in, quite a few people that have come in since we started. Please make sure that if you are a senior, you are in a frame and your camera is on. If you are not a senior, please make sure that your camera is off. So you want to hit that stop video button down there at the bottom. I could just keep this going and look at that picture for a long time. Okay, right, Sean? Yeah. Okay, so Sean Kelly, what a guy, Sean Kelly. I've known this guy for a lot of years, actually, since well before he came to Rio, as his sister and my daughter were on a soccer team together for a number of years, and so we'd see each other out in the scorching sun or the driving rain out at the soccer fields, I was really thrilled when he came into our band program. It was really nice to have him as a part of it, and what's cool about Sean is that he's always really positive, but in his own different way. He's very positive, but he's also extremely sarcastic, and it's really hard to be both of those at the same time. In fact, it's almost impossible to be both positive and sarcastic, but he somehow manages to straddle that and does a fantastic job. And he also, from his spot in the flute section, always keeps me and Mr. Evan on our toes. He will, if we slip up, he'll let us know in a very positive, yet probably also sarcastic way. Love this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, with 8 semesters in band, that's 4 years of band and 4 years of high school, it is Sean Kelly. Yeah, Sean. All right, get out of here. Okay, let me find.
All right.
Okay. There we go. It's time for VNL. That's a cool picture on the stairs in the pack. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. All right, I like that. So yeah, VNL, I've got a lot of things to say. First of all, she wins the absolute award for the longest commute to school. And also because she's one of those people that in a way benefited from the pandemic, because she has been Zooming with us for the second semester of her senior year from Chicago. She had to move to Chicago, but didn't have to leave Rio Americano High School or Rio Band, which we're really happy about, because, you know, I mean, it would not have been right for her not to graduate with us. So she's been a wonderful member of the band, and one of the things, and a really excellent clarinet player who's improved a lot. But one of the things that I've noticed over the years with VNL and with some of her friends, she has a group of friends, and what I've always noticed with them, because I'm always watching the kids, you know, is that when I see them walking around, I always think to myself, those people are really good friends to each other. They're just, they seem to really care about each other and really take good care of each other, like real genuine friends are supposed to. And I always really appreciated that about VNL. So that's a really good thing that will serve you well in life. So good job. Thank you. With 8 semesters in band, it's VNL Masilang. Yay! In the Windy City. All right. Next, let me find the next person. Where are you? I know you are here. There you are. I found you. You can't hide from me. Okay. And so now I get to talk about Talia Friedman. I love doing this event, you know, because, you know, we don't always get to say the nice things that we think about our kids, you know, because you don't want to give them too much, because it's also important, you know, it's important that kids feel like they haven't arrived, that they have to keep working no matter what, because no matter what, when you're 17 or 18, you have not arrived. If you have, that's going to be a problem. So got to keep pushing them. But our students are just wonderful people. That's the great thing about being in Rio Band, is just we're dealing with really great people. And Talia is definitely a perfect example of that. Somebody who is like, it's hard to be both forceful and also like really kind at the same time. That's a hard combination to be, but Talia does it. And she's a bassoonist. She's a saxophonist. She's recently a bassist. And I think bass is the way to go. Talia, I think bass is the one that's going to stick with you forever, because there aren't a whole lot of like pickup bassoon gigs. But man, if you're a bass player, you can play forever. And I could see her absolutely being in like a Riot Girl group, and just really, really killing it, being a killer player and just having lots and lots and lots of fun. So anyway, am I frozen, or is Talia? Okay, I think it must be Talia. Anyway, with 10 semesters of band in 4 semesters of high school, or 4 years of high school, Talia Friedman.
Powering the treetops with a final adieu.
Cool. Oh, how did we get back to B&L? Let me try to get Talia there. Where'd she go? I think she may have dropped. Oh, there she is. Here we go. Oh, there we go. We did it. All right. Yay. All right, I'm going to send it back over to Mr. Evett.
Thanks, Mr. Murray. All right, so next up, I get to talk about Audrey. So like you heard at the beginning of this meeting, we were doing the in-class awards. Audrey won the Most Spirited Award in HCB. And man, she really proved it this year in particular. Like I met her last year when I came to Rio, obviously, and she was always just so engaged in class, just like super focused on what we were doing and just always working hard to improve, even last year. And now this year, it really showed. You know, we spent more than half of the year over Zoom, and Audrey was just consistently on time or early to the Zoom call, always had her camera on, always was asking questions and was super engaged in the call. And he was just a really awesome student to have even over Zoom class. You know, it often feels like we're just sort of talking to the void, and Audrey made sure that HCB was never like that. So I was really happy to give her that award, and she really deserved it. So Audrey, thank you so much for always making the band class, you know, feel real even over Zoom, and for always trying your hardest to get better at the flute, and it really paid off. So congrats, Audrey. With 10 semesters of band in 4 years of high school, it's Audrey Lua.
Yeah. That's my neighbor.
Yeah, the thumbs up. The classic thumbs up. I love
Job,
it.
Audrey.
There we go. All right. Man. Ahoy, everyone. It's Zeminski time. So if you don't know Michael Zeminski, what I love about this kid is he will always say hi to you, you know, in the hallway. If you're just passing him outside, he always says hi. Sometimes he doesn't even say hi. He'll just say ahoy. And I love it. Like, Zeminski is just unapologetically himself, and it's so great. Also, Zeminski really helped me feel at home last year when I was a new teacher at Rio. He was one of the first students to create like a nickname for me. And it's sort of funny. He would see me in the hall and he would go, "Evito, away!" He like created this superhero name for me, Evito, like Evit, but Evito. I don't really get it, but I loved it. It was really great. So thank you, Zeminski, for like making me feel welcome and having a great nickname for me and just unapologetically being yourself. That's so hard to do in high school, but Zeminski really does it. So congrats, keep doing that. It's gonna, you know, bring you a lot of joy in your life. And yeah, with 10 semesters in 4 years of high school, 10 semesters in band, it's Zeminski.
Michael Zeminski. Yeah.
All right. Now I think I'm passing it back to Mr. Murray.
Indeed.
All right.
There we go. And I believe this person is not here. If you are, go ahead and speak up. I haven't been able to find you down there, Rachel. But I'll talk about Rachel. So Rachel Callahan, Mama Rachel, that's the nickname she earned as a sophomore. She was a lead trumpet player in the FM jazz band as a sophomore. And she worked so hard and improved so much and really just had this beautiful tone that would kind of soar at the top of the band. It was just really, really lovely. And the cool the cool thing, I don't know if she would have thought it was cool, is she was surrounded by freshman boys, which now that I think about it, of course she didn't think it was cool. Who would think that is cool? It's not. But she handled it, and she kept them in line, and she became Mama Rachel because she was back there just laying down the law. This is what you're going to do, and they did. And they sounded great, and she sounded great, and she was just a really good presence in the band and good person. And it's been really good to have her with 11 semesters in Rio band in 4 years of high school. It's Rachel Callahan.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. Oh. Jack. Look at that guy. Look at, oh, isn't he so cute? It's just adorable. You just want to squeeze those cheeks. Hi, Jack. Okay, so yeah, I can talk about Jack. Here we go. So Jack is a really, really cool story for me because I look at him as like Mr. Evans said about Vanessa earlier. I look at Jack as just a real success story, and he makes his presence makes me very happy. I gotta say, he had a tough time in high school for a while. It just, high school didn't treat him well, and for a little while. And when you have that kind of situation, you can go one of two ways. You can, and most people go the way of just kind of giving up and forgetting about it. And then you try to do something else, and you drop out of high school or whatever, or you can do what Jack did, which is you can say, no, I'm going to take control of my life, and I'm going to handle it, and I'm going to make everything really, really good. And that's what he did. And the character it takes to do that kind of thing, man, I just have so much respect for it. I just really do. And I'm really proud of Jack. Glad he's with us. And it just, that's the kind of thing that makes me really happy as a teacher. So Jack Bates on trumpet, and just all around good guy, with 11 semesters in band in 4 years of high school. Way to go, Jack Bates. Jack. That's right. Yeah, play with that hair. Okay. Nice. Oh, and the crowd goes wild at the Bly household. Okay, I gotta find him. Where is he? There he is. Hi, Luca. I found you, and there you go. Okay, Luca. Oh, look at there playing guitar. Wow. I almost forgot you played guitar because you play so many other things so well now. Luca is, you should hear, obviously, people didn't get a chance to hear people this year, although on the 27th, you should hear Luca play violin. It's really lovely. He has this beautiful deep tone, and he plays in tune, which you know, if you've ever heard of an out of tune violin, and if you've heard a violin, you've probably heard an out of tune violin. But if you've heard an out of tune violin, it can be very painful. When Luca plays, it's beautiful. It's really lovely to hear. And he's really just a fine musician. I don't think he fully realizes that he is, but I do. And I know Mr. Evett does. And I know the people that play with him realize that also. He's really quite good. And he took on bass, about a year and a half ago now, and has become really a very solid bass player as well. And obviously I had forgotten all about guitar because that it seemed so long, it was like a lifetime ago. But just multi-instrumentalist, really good band member, also a really good friend to people. I can just see that, and all around good person. With 12 semesters in band, 6 years of band and 4 years of high school, it's Luca Price. Yeah, that was a good one. I like it. Okay, next. Nice job, Luca. Whoop, whoop. Uh-oh. Things are being problematic for me. Let me try this again. There we go. Founder. Hi, Julia. Okay. Julia wasn't sure she was going to be able to make it tonight. I'm so glad you're here. That makes me happy. Okay. So Julia is really interesting because we get about every 7 or 8 years, we get a cheerleader in band. It doesn't happen very often. I think in my years, my 23 years at Rio, I think we've had 3 or 4. And because cheerleaders are very busy doing that thing, and then band kids are very busy, it's hard to do both. It takes somebody who's organized and dedicated. And so whenever we do have cheerleaders in band, they end up just inevitably being really, really cool, interesting people. And Julia has continued that line, which is really wonderful. And what I love about her is that she, to me, exemplifies the most positive aspects of being a cheerleader, in that she's just super positive, just really, really supportive of everybody, and just ready to help make things go well. And what a good combination of characteristics for any human. So it's wonderful to have people like that in band. And on top of that, she's came in as an excellent drummer, became a more excellent drummer, played piano, became really, really improved on piano, especially as a junior. Because she worked her tail off as a junior especially. And then last year and this year, really became a very, very good singer in Smomble, and has done some really, really cool stuff. So check out the videos on the Smomble nights, especially the most recent one. There's some great stuff. And she's my neighbor, so that's cool too. I'll see you on the street as we're out for walks, though you're probably not up as early as we're going out for walks. With 14 semesters in band, 7 years of band and 4 years in high school, it's Julia Massey. Oh, that's great. Yay. So glad you made it.
All right, my turn again.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, so now I get to talk about Rebecca Gibamani. So Rebecca is one of the most responsible students I've ever had. I had her in PM last year and also in HCB last year, and again this year in zero period. She's just like so responsible. I tried. Trust me, I tried. I sat here like, gosh, was Rebecca ever unprepared? I couldn't think of a single time. She's just so reliable and consistent, and you love to see that in a student. So that was really awesome. Especially, like PM, it's so early. There's a lot of music to keep track of. She was always just so super reliable in PM. So thank you for that, Rebecca. And she showed that in PM last year. And now this year, I've really enjoyed seeing the stuff she's worked on in Smomble, and having that, you know, just be out there in the cloud for people to see is really cool. Stretching her creative muscles as well. It's really sweet to have that creativity and also reliability is really awesome. And then kind of like Mr. Murray was saying earlier, Rebecca is part of this excellent friend group that are just so kind to each other. Before this year, when students would often eat lunch in the music building, she was always there, and they were just so pleasant. You know, I would kind of go into the hallway to get some water occasionally. Not that you would ever drink out of a water fountain now. What a concept, right? But they were always just like, you know, asking each other how classes were, or like talking about how good their food was. And it's just really pleasant seeing that kindness in the music building. So thank you, Rebecca. With 14 semesters of band in 4 years of high school, it's Rebecca Gibamani.
Yeah. Woohoo!
All right. So now I get to talk about Dylan. Can you believe somehow Dylan is the first trombone player that I get to talk about tonight? Like, how has it taken this long? But it's just so great to get to talk about Dylan. We're just automatically kindred spirits as trombone players. So another example of a student that I got to know pretty quickly. When you are spending every morning with someone from 7 to 8, you get to know them pretty quickly. So it was really great to have Dylan in PM last year. Sorry, his friends know him as Dylon. So, no, I'm just kidding, Dylan. But it was really awesome to have you in HCB and PM last year, just laying it down on the bone. And Dylan is someone who always responded really well to feedback. If I needed the trombones to like do something different, you know, articulate something, play a little louder, Dylan was always, you know, listening and responding right away, which was really sweet. And then of course this year he's done a lot of cool, awesome, creative things in Smomble, which again, just every Smomble night I get floored by someone, and Dylan definitely did that this year for me, which was really cool. Also, I overhear him sometimes in the band room, like talking about his physics and math classes and with his classmates, and he's really smart, like really smart, which is really awesome. It's really, really cool. Also, fun fact, this one time a couple months ago, I ran into Dylan at the Rose Garden, like park area by the state capitol. He was just like parking his car and was getting out of his car as I was walking down the street. And there was Dylan. Crazy. It was fun. And he was like, oh, hello. And then we went our separate ways. So good stuff. Thank you, Dylan, for just always being a rock solid kid. With 14 semesters in band, it's Dylan Keller. There he is.
That's right.
The backyard crew. All right, next up, I get to talk about Luke. So here's the thing. I hope that everyone here can kind of go back in time with me and remember how good third period concert band was last year. Do you remember how good third period was last year? Like every concert, people were walking up to me like, wow, third period sounds really good. Like, wow. Luke had a huge hand in making that happen. He was unofficially, but just the best percussion section leader. He was always asking me like, Mr. Evett, this song is not going well. Can I take the percussionist into the other room and, you know, practice this one thing for like 10 minutes? And I love that he would ask that, because normally a student, you know, like it was my first year at Rio, he doesn't really know me that well. Like normally a student would not have just the guts and the wherewithal to know that that was a good thing to ask. But Luke would just ask it, and I'd be like, yeah, please. And then always the percussionist would sound better. So Luke, thank you so much last year for wrangling up all those percussionists in third period. Like, I don't know what that band would have done without you. So really props for that. And then this year, obviously we're on Zoom forever, but then we get to in person, and Luke is killing it on the drums these days, guys. It's just such a treat to hear him jam out in Smomble videos and just during Smomble class. And then also, like, we've been working on pep band songs in HCB, and he's just nailing it. It's so awesome. He knows all the songs, and it's just super tight grooving, and it's just really great. So Luke, thanks for having an awesome taste in music. Wolfpack forever. And just thanks for being a great student. With 14 semesters in band, it's Luke Richards.
Yeah.
There he is.
All right, Luke.
The other guys walked away. That's funny. All right, good stuff. And now I get to talk about Gotham. Yeah. So I had the great pleasure of working with Gotham last year in PM. Well, first of all, sorry. Gotham, how do you have so many awesome photos of you playing saxophone? Like, there are so many. I don't know if you all were here like before the show started tonight, but there were just like countless photos of Gotham looking so cool while playing the saxophone, which is like a pretty easy thing to do, but I'm impressed. Excellent photo collection, Gotham. Anyway, photos aside, I got to work with Gotham in PM last year. And again, just another super reliable, great kid to have in zero period. He was always early to zero period class. Incredible, really great. So I really appreciated his playing on tenor sax last year. And he played a lot of bass clarinet in PM, which was really cool. It's hard to have the kind of comfort level you need to play both those instruments really well. So props to you, Gotham, for having that down. Being able to dual wield like that is really sweet. Gotham and I have also bonded over great music, great anime, and great video games. It's true. So Gotham, I just really appreciate you as a student and the way you have just shown your dedication and your wit and your ability to keep pushing even through adversity. Thank you, Gotham. With 16 semesters of band in 4 years of high school. What? How? Incredible. Gotham Nandakumar.
They got him.
All right. And next up, I get to talk about Max. So first of all, Max, I'm going to start by saying, go Cubbies! Max really, I don't know if he did have a part in this. So Max was another kid that really helped me feel at home when I started at Rio last year. I remember very vividly, I don't know if it was like if Max was wearing the Cub shirt or it was your dad was wearing a Cub shirt at like a booster meeting, but very early on, it may have even been like at my like welcome event, one of you was wearing a Cub shirt. And I was like, I got people here. So I'm not even like the biggest Cubs fan. I mean, I'm a much bigger Cubs fan than the White Sox, but just seeing that was like, this guy understands Chicagoland, where I grew up. So that was really awesome to just have that there. So I've always enjoyed kind of talking to Max about Chicago and what that's like. He was an excellent tenor sax player for me in PM last year, always taking solos and really trying hard and practicing and just really improving a lot as well. And then this year we go back to in person And suddenly he's like a master bass player. Like, where did that come from? What? I had no idea. So I don't know if that was a skill you were just hiding in your back pocket, Max, or if it was like a pandemic, little trick that you've developed. But he's been killing it on the bass as well, which is really sweet. So Max, thank you for just being an awesome kid who was always working super hard and engaged in class and just really dedicated to the band program. I cannot thank you enough. And also just being like super nice. I've never seen him, yell or get mad at anyone. He's just a very awesome person all around. So thank you, Max. With 18 semesters in band in 4 years of high school, it's Max Long.
Woohoo.
There he is.
Yeah, Max.
Good
I don't know
stuff.
for the yelling and getting angry. His freshman brother might disagree, but
Yeah, that's right.
all right. Is it back to me?
I believe so.
It is. All right. Well, hey. Okay. So we have this thing where we have these awards that go on the wall, and when you win these perpetual awards, you're on a plaque and you're there forever, and you are a part of Rio band history forever on the wall. And so we're gonna talk about that a little bit. So we'll bring up the next person. We can go ahead and do that, Mr. Evitt.
You got it.
I can find that person. Matty T.
Matty T.
Matty T. Matthew Taylor. He's the band program heartthrob. Just adorable, and a heck of a musician. Really, really forceful, strong, really excellent saxophone player. He also he's got a lot of things going on. He's also a singer. He raps. He's a dancer. He's a diver. He's a serious gymnast and a teacher. And I mean, just like this sort of a Renaissance man. And it just really, really just a lovely spirit too. The kind of person you want in a band because he seems to always be in a good mood. Even this year, and even on Zoom, Matthew was somehow in a good mood. When nobody's really been in a good mood, except for this guy. And he's really done great things. And as a result, he, with 16 semesters of band, is a recipient of our James Brown Star Time Award. Matthew, you're on the wall, buddy. You're on the wall.
I could take you places you ain't never been before. Baby, take a chance so you'll never ever know. I got money in my hands that I'd really like to throw.
There he is. Okay.
Here's the start time.
He's on the wall, buddy. Okay, moving on.
All right.
Adorable. Look at this guy.
I know.
Way too cool. Way too cool. Not even fair. I saw him come in. I know he's here.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. All right, good. So this young man, he's something. He's like, to me, he's like the embodiment of soul. This guy has real, genuine soul. And it comes out when he's playing. It comes out when he's talking to you. It comes out in his interactions with other people. He is himself. There is no one else in the band program that's like Ben, and that is what makes him great. And you got to just love this kid. And he'll just do his own. He'll do his own thing. It will never be something that hurts anybody else. It's always going to be his own thing, but he's going to make sure that it's okay for everybody else too. And you gotta like that, because that's going to lead to an interesting life. And I appreciate that. I've led an interesting life. I love it when people I care about lead interesting lives too. And he has this year displayed immense creativity and smomble in creating just a whole new sort of soundscape, the kind of thing that we couldn't do before pandemic. He's one of the people that has taken this and made it the best it can be, and has developed some real genuine skills that could turn into a career. And he is the master of making sick beats. And when you're out in the area, go harass him at Popeye's Chicken, because that's where he's working these days. Okay, and he is also with he's got 18 semesters. He's got 9 years of band in 4 years of high school. That's crazy. With 18 semesters in band, he is also a co-winner of our James Brown Star Time Award, Mr. Ben Hansen. All right. Yeah, Ben. He's got his Notorious B.I.G. shirt on. Love it. Okay, good times. All right. Where are we going next? Round and round she goes. Okay, let me find you. There you are. I found you. It's hard to find you guys. Okay. Why are you playing in a car dealership? In this picture, I don't know, or is it a garage? And I don't know what it is. Anyway, but it's a nice drum set. It's cool. That's sweet.
It's a car dealership.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So Jackson. Oh man, this guy, man. I hope he really continues to play in college and seeks out opportunities, because he was poised this year to do some real damage. I mean that in a positive way. He wasn't going to like vandalize the school. So you never know, right? No, I don't think so. But he's been working so hard on the drums and has gotten so good, and was really, really poised for stardom in our bands this year. And then the pandemic hit, and the rest is history, and that's the way it goes. But I hope he keeps playing, because man, he's a really, really good musician, a really, really good drummer. I'd love for him to stay one more year. I don't think that's an option. I don't think you'd want to either. No, you're ready to move on. That's okay. That's the way it goes. Also, he has a TED Talk. Look it up. It's the only student of ours who has a TED Talk. And he's adorbs, okay, in it. So anyway, with 15 semesters in band, in 4 years of high school, and oh wait, where is it? Here we go. Gotta do the thing. And the winner of our Patrick S. Gilmore Band Award for versatility and all-around excellence on the wall forever is Jackson Ferry Zamora. Congrats, Jackson. I got too many things here. I'm juggling all my swag. All right. Oh, I think he just got a kiss from Mom. Isn't that sweet? Oh, that was pizza. Okay. Oh, hi, Lily. How you doing? Good to see you. Okay, we'll wait for the page. There it is. Okay.
Sorry.
We're all good, Mr. Abbott. You're working hard over there. Okay, so we've got Lily Valencic here, and boy, this is another person I've known since she was very little, and she's a really remarkable person, and what I think is really interesting. We have all these students, I think, that have these combinations of characteristics that are really unusual, and things that don't necessarily go together usually, but they do in our students, and they make them really, really special people. And what I think is really most fascinating, there are a lot of fascinating things about Lily, but the one that's most fascinating to me is that she is this combination of intellectual and optimistic. And usually when you have intellectuals, they can be pretty sour, you know, but she's very optimistic about the world and about people, and just one of the genuine, kindest people you will ever meet. I mean, and it's not put on. She really means it, and that's very clear to everyone who knows her. And she also, kind of like Jackson, just really was poised this year to do great things musically. Has improved so much as a piano player, and really is ready to go out and play gigs. And you know, when she goes to college, she can, you know, make a side hustle of playing piano and playing gigs and singing and doing all that. So I hope that she'll do that, because she has a bright musical future. And then I remember last year, when she was a junior in Smomble, there was one time I walked up to her and I said, "Hey Lily, I think you should sing. I bet you're a singer." And I think her answer was, but then she started singing, and then at this point, a year and a half later, boy, she's a heck of a singer. Just has this really resonant, interesting, singular, unique voice. It's really cool. And so I hope she keeps doing it. So let's see, with how many semesters in band? We had 16 semesters of band, 8 years of band, and 4 years of high school. And also a co-winner of the Patrick S. Gilmore Band Award for versatility and overall excellence in band. It is Lily Valencic.
That's why I love the moon. Every night it's there for you.
Lovely singing.
It's constant. Unlike these you.
Nice. Put the swag away. Aw.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And next, I find him. He was here. I know he's here. There he is. You ready for your close-up? There it is. Okay. Arthur Erickson. Hi, Arthur. This young man is something else as a musician, and has been for a long time. He's just one of those people that just has that thing that great musicians have. I don't mean great high school musicians. I mean great musicians. He has those ears that, he has giant ears, and I mean that in a musical sense. He's one of those people who can hear a song played once, and then he knows that song. Doesn't even need to have an instrument in his hand. He just knows it. It's in his head. It can come out his fingers. That's a remarkable skill. I wish I had that skill. All musicians wish they had that skill, but he's got it. And what he also does when he's soloing is there's an infinite palette to choose from as to what you're going to play. He always chooses the exact best note in whatever situation he's in. So the melodies that come out of his instrument are logical and beautiful, which is wonderful to hear as a teacher. It's really great. And he's also doing, kind of like Ben, he's doing a lot with technology, and is I think really could have a real career especially in some kind of like tech composition or something like that, or video game composition. He could be really amazing at that. But anyway, it's a remarkable young man, and with 16 semesters in band, he is winner of our Louis Armstrong Award for Excellence in Jazz. Same award I won in high school. Hey, 1989. Hey, okay. Go Stuyvesant. Fighting peg legs. Yay. Anyway, with 16 semesters in band, it is Arthur Erickson. We lost him.
He was right there.
He was right there. Oh,
Hey, there he is.
There we go. We got our Arthur fix. All right. Okay, I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Evett.
My turn. Great. All right. Hi again, everybody. So now I get to talk about Charla. Aw, I love this photo too. Like, this is really cool lighting. It's
Yeah.
awesome. So I got to know Charla last year. She was a rock star flute player in PM. And I was thinking back, like, what was PM like last year with Charla? And we featured her on the flute many times, which was always a delight for the audience, I'm sure. She has this excellent facility on the flute and tone and just clarity. Really, really awesome flute playing. And I loved having that in jazz in PM. It's not often you get someone who's like a dedicated flute player with that love for jazz. And so Charla was awesome to have. So I really enjoyed that, Charla, last year. The thing I love about Charla also is she's like wickedly talented. She's so talented, but she has this ability to not take herself too seriously.
True.
I feel like Charla's always having a good time, like no matter what. And that's infectious. Like, people can sense that, and it really like translates. And so that's really like kind of unique. Again, we're sort of talking about these students we have with these somewhat opposite characteristics, and it creates this beautiful thing. And Charla's a great example. So I love Charla that you never like diva'd out or anything like that. You just are always there to just, have a good time and do your thing. And you're never pretentious about it or anything, which is really fantastic. And again, another example of someone who I've loved to see all the creative and cool things they've been doing with Smomble. I know a lot of video stuff and just excellent singing. I remember when we were getting ready for Dinner Dance last year, I had no idea what I was in store for, but Charla was one of our featured vocalists at Dinner Dance in PM, and she sings a lot in Smomble. Just like a lovely voice. Like, I don't know what you're better at, honestly, Charla, if it's flute or vocals, but you're going to go far with both those if you keep it up. So I hope you keep playing and keep singing and keep taking yourself not too seriously. And also, Charla is one of our co-winners of, let me pick up the plaque here. Charla is one of the co-winners of the John Philip Sousa Award. She's going to be on the plaque here, and you've also got this nice little statuette. Excellent. This is the award that I won in high school, class of 2010, Go Cougars, and it is given in recognition of outstanding achievement, dedication, and I love this line, those high qualities of conduct that school instrumental music requires. With 14 semesters of band in 4 years of high school, it's Charla Long.
Yeah. Nice. Woo!
All right. Now it's time for Nama Brad.
Oh, yeah.
So, Brad Oriatan, man. Brad is an excellent musician.
True.
All of our students are great musicians, but Brad is just fantastic. And for the longest time, I didn't really realize just how versatile and the depth of his musical ability. He was an excellent lead alto player in PM for me last year. And then I feel like, in January or something, I finally heard about his oboe playing. Like, oh, Brad's really good at oboe. And I'm thinking to myself, what? No way. Like, you can't be that good at alto and the oboe. Like, how? No way. I don't believe it. And then I finally got to hear him play a little oboe this year. And people were right. He is that good. At both. So I've always been really impressed with that, his ability to pick up both those instruments really well. He also plays piano really great. He's done some piano work in Smomble. And I really enjoyed, Brad is the kind of kid who would, I'd be sitting in the office working, and it might be like during break or something, and Brad just sits down at the piano in M2, and he just starts playing this like beautiful melody. And I just kind of look over like, yeah, that's nice. So thank you, Brad, for doing all that. The other thing, I want to bring this up. This just happened today. HCB was playing Nana Hey Hey outside, and I was just like, I want to hear Brad play an oboe solo for this. So I pointed at Brad, and he was like, well, okay, here we go. And he lays down this awesome oboe solo. Like, oh, that was so cool. Way to go, Brad. The other thing I wanted to say is while I don't play Minecraft, I do understand Brad's anime obsession, and I've always enjoyed that kinship that we had. He's such a great combination of talent and hard work coming together and creating a really awesome musician. So Brad is also a co-winner of the John Philip Sousa Award. You are also on the plaque, Brad, which is excellent, and you've got this statuette with your name on it. Congratulations, Brad. Again, this award is given for recognition of outstanding achievement, dedication, and those high qualities of conduct that school instrumental music requires. Thank you, Brad. With 18 semesters of band in 4 years of high school, it is, and he's in the waiting room.
You'll have to watch this. Do it all again, Mr. Evans.
Do it all again!
No, but I'm going to bring him right in. And I'm gonna, there he is.
Hope he just got kicked out. All right, it's Brad Orientan.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Yay, Brad!
Good timing there, buddy.
Brad, did you hear any of that?
No, he didn't.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
I think you got kicked out. Did you get kicked out?
No, I just forgot.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
He can watch the recording. He'll be good.
All right.
Oh, good times. Okay. Oh, it's back to me, eh?
Yep, that's right.
I believe so. Okay, let's pull out that next one.
All right.
Okay, we've got just a few seniors left, and I believe they're all in the same place.
Yeah.
Leave this on. That's awesome. Okay, so I got to talk about Joe Bly. Look at that. He's hanging out by the river like he usually does.
Yeah.
He goes kayaking in a vest and tie because he's that cool and he's that good. So he never falls on. So anyway, so Joe Bly. Yeah, a lot of things to talk about with this guy. Really a heck of a drummer. I mean, we just the latest in our long line of really, really great drummers that we've had in our program. And he came in. He is the first person since 1996 to be. You didn't even know there was another one to make AM as a drummer as a freshman. The first person since 1996 to do that. That was something I had pledged I would never ever do. Actually, and he came in and played and made me change my mind. He gave me no choice. Came in and just played his tail off, and it was like, okay, well, this is where you belong, buddy. So he did that. He also has been involved in combos for all 4 years. I believe he's been in 3 combos in his 4 years that were named by Downbeat Magazine as the finest small group in the United States, including this year. That's pretty amazing. And he's been in an AM or zero period, if you call it, this year for 4 years in a row, which happens for very, very few people. He's also, but just more than that, he's a very thoughtful, introspective person, very self-reflective, which is rare in high schoolers. Well, rare in people, but especially in high schoolers. And he's also really considerate of others. You know, we have a lot of drummers in our program, and it would be easy, and drummers often can be a little bit full of themselves. But that is not the case. It's not the case in our program right now, and it's definitely not the case with Joseph, because he's always looking for opportunities for the other people to play and to make sure that he's not hogging the spotlight, which is a really lovely characteristic. It's wonderful for a teacher because it helps to prevent conflict, which we're always trying to prevent. But it also makes your bands better. It just makes everyone happier all around. And so he's that kind of person. And so, you know, just on a personal level, I really appreciate this guy. You'll, you know, if you go out on the river, you'll see him. He's out on the river doing, or you might see his dad. You'll see a Bly of some sort on the river, looking for whatever you lost in the river. Anyway, just one heck of a musician, and he is a co-winner of our Louis Armstrong Award for Excellence in Jazz, along with Arthur, and also Joseph is a winner of our Director's Award, which is the award given annually to the most important student of any grade in the entire band program. And he is thoroughly deserving, just a lovely young man with 16 semesters in band, 8 years in band, and 4 years of high school. This is Joseph Bly.
There he is.
Yeah, Joe.
Hey.
You got swag coming for you. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know why I unspotlighted him. It's the same place.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, it's Grace. It's Grace. Boy, Grace came in as a really good trumpet player. I remember hearing her in middle school and going, okay, this kid can play. Glad she's coming to Rio.
Yeah.
And she did, and has been just a real force in our bands for 4 years. Just heard her this morning out there in the cold, outdoors in the cold and the wind, distanced with a dumb instrument mask on her face. No time to warm up, and still just pumping out high Ds, sounding great. She's really serious player, and I hope, Grace, I hope you keep playing too. You need to not let it stop, because you're a trumpet player, and if you stop for 2 days, you'll never get it back. She's also just a great spirit, always smiling, always seems a little, she always has that look like she's up to something. And either she has that look but isn't actually up to something, or she's just the kid who's gotten away with it and I haven't figured it out in 4 years. It could be either of those. It could be either. I'm not sure, and it's all right. I don't need to know. She's also a beast on the soccer field. She's like, when you talk about people who will sacrifice themselves, she has many times sacrificed herself for soccer. But she's the one you want on your team or in your band or whatever. So just another wonderful person that we're going to miss, but glad we had you for a while, and a co-winner of our Director's Award for overall most important student in the Rio Band program, with 17 semesters in band. That's that's 8.5 years of band in 4 years of high school.
Real.
It's Grace Eastlick.
Tobe fly high, I say tochi to narita de hikaru shibasa de yume zenbu zenbu kisate tobe fly.
Woo!
Yay, Grace. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just one more student.
That's right.
Just one more student.
And they're on the same. They're in the same place.
I know. Makes it easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Catherine Treadwell. Hi, Catherine. Okay, another person I know from way back in the Arden days, and even I think a little before that in the Mission days. I seem to remember all of you as little uns when you were really playing beautifully in elementary school with Mr. Dugan, you know, doing some serious stuff. That was great. And Catherine, what she is she's a leader. And I mean, yes, she's a very good musician, really good clarinet player, really good saxophone player, starting to become a singer too. Yeah, doing lots of things. But what's important about her is that she's a leader. And in my 23 years at Rio, she's one of the best student leaders that I've ever had. And, you know, it just does a great job of planning things, whether it's playathon. Maybe not as much this year's playathon, but in the past, she had a really, really big role in all of the planning that students could do. One of our assistant directors, just a very good leader. And I know that whatever she goes into as a career will involve that. I have been trying to convince her to become a music teacher. Yeah. She says no, but I think she'd be a great music teacher. Yeah, we'll see. But she says she wants to make money. Okay. Whatever. Okay.
My brother's already a musician. One of us has to make money.
So, but we'll see. I'll keep working on her. Anyway, with 16 semesters of band in 4 years of high school, also a co-winner of our Director's Award. But there's no way we could give it to one person this year. There's no way. And there's no way we could give it to two. We had to give it to three because they're just really all so deserving. And they're kind of a team too. So, you know, it's a package deal. This is Catherine Treadwell.
Come along with me and the butterflies and bees. We can wander through the...
Yay! There she is.
That is all of our students.
Give it up! For
Yeah,
the
seniors.
21 class of Free Americano Band.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are you doing a thing? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, there's a thing.
There's a thing?
Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to show the video, right? Just show the video.
I don't know.
I'm just going to play the video. All right, here we go.
Thank you, Mr. Murray. We no longer have to worry. You took us to the top and from there we will not stop. We made it to Savannah. It's way better than Atlanta. You're the sexiest director and the best music collector. Night and day, magically cool one. Yes, please. Harlem Congress swing shift. 18 songs you can't resist. For the band, and we're known for jaywalking on our own. M-Dog, you're the man. Best hair in the band.
He has an accent.
Wait, why didn't you guys perform that? My man, Mr. Murray on fleek. He's the master of the real band geeks. Yeah! Director by day, musician by night. There is no time to sleep. He has to catch another flight. Mr. Murray is a man with fantastic promise, man. He's a dang good coach with the hands-on approach. We love him, we don't hate him. We truly appreciate him. He gives us inspirational words. We're the real band nerds. Thank you, Mr. Murray. We no longer have to worry. You took us to the top and from there we will not stop. We made it to Manhattan and our band is really happening. Ellington's a game, but we're not in it for the fame. We have Hawkins as our guy, drummer swinging on the ride. We're playing things that come so fast, my fingers want to die. Grady screaming on 2D and we use 4 hands to lose. Being here with Music Blast, I don't care if we lose. My director is the best band geek. Woo! No hair, but still plays on the beat. Yeah! Working really hard to make you proud this year. Hey man, what are you doing? I'm walking here. After all this time, you've shown us our potential. You as our director is truly essential. You're looking really fly. Some even call you sassy, but be careful, Mr. Murray, and don't get sassy. You've taught us so much and given us love and support, and one day you'll be tall enough to dunk upon the court. You showed us how to swing, you showed us how to act. We're all in Rio Band for life, and that's a fact.
So here's what we missed because of COVID.
Thank you, Mr. Murray, we no longer have to worry. You took us to the top, and from there we will not stop. We swung hard in Monterey and blew the audience away. Then we threw our playathon, and you were holding a baton. Conducted us to our success, we had some fun and did our best. And every time along the way, your costume blew us all away. You made us laugh, you made us smile. San Pedro played for a little while, but overall we love you a lot, and in our hearts you got the spot. My director is the MVP. Plays the sax for students for free. Yeah! Your Tuesday night gigs are a good old time, and when you play Angel Eyes should be considered a crime. You brought us Mr. Mixer at the start of the year. We played a great concert and we brought a lot of cheer. Thank you, and Dr. making us feel so supported. I wish spring break was a little bit shortened.
Mr. Murray, we no longer have to worry. You took us to the top, and from there we won't stop. This year was rough and education was tough, but everyone could tell that you did well. We made it through the Zooms, and without a classroom, it was harder than I thought, but we accomplished a lot. You taught us some skills with some assistant emails, and you even taught us music there when we were feeling a little weary. Watching Ken Burns jazz, though I felt like Alcatraz, but despite these tribulations, this year was a sensation. Mr. Murray, you're legendary. You're the man we all hope to be. Yeah! You don't even need to give us a lead. And yet we have a group that won downbeat. Now small but was a blast, cause it was a class that made some songs that we could broadcast. Fred Nolan is a go for all the songs he wrote. And Brad is the Chad that could play Minecraft. Mr. Murray, it was you that got us through this really tough year. And now we're clear.
Love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aww.
Oh, that was great, guys.
Look at him.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Okay. Are we doing closing words now, Mr. Abbott?
I think so, unless someone has something to say about that.
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Okay.
All right.
I'll start. Okay. Thanks, guys. That was very sweet. It was very, very, very cute.
Yeah.
And
hey,
Joe.
Joe.
Hi guys.
Hi.
So us assistant band directors actually wanted to say a few words, if that's okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
The chair. Okay.
Musical chairs.
All right, so it's kind of hard to follow up that rap, but we'll try our best. So first, us assistant band directors, we want to thank everyone for being so resilient this year. I especially want to thank the students, especially the seniors. We definitely got the short end of the stick this year, and it really sucked, but I'm just so thankful that everyone persevered and continued to play music, even though at some times it was just hard to pick up the horn, and I had those days too where I just didn't want to pick up the horn. But I'm just so thankful to all the students for keeping the band program a big community, even if we were so far apart. So thank you, everyone, especially the seniors, for persevering so much and being so resilient this year. We really appreciate you, and hopefully next year things will be a little better. All right, Catherine has some words now.
Thanks, Grace.
Yeah, let's go.
We practiced the rotation. So I wanted to say a big thank you to the other band representatives, Jackson, Lily, Oliver, Ruth, Ava, and Nate. You guys have been awesome. You've been so helpful with planning what virtual band events we can do, like the picnics, the virtual picnics on Discord, as well as the secret leprechaun we did. You guys have been awesome. And we also wanted to say a huge thank you to the parents of all band kids for allowing their children to play instruments, even if they sound very terrible at the beginning and making weird noises. And a big thank you to all of the parents on the Rio Band Boosters for doing everything behind the scenes and really making Rio Band what it is, putting on amazing events like BAM. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Catherine.
All right. So I wanted to thank you, directors, specifically. I think I could speak for most of us and say, what did you say? And say that band is where everything happened. Like, our best moments have been in band, our worst moments have been in band. And throughout all the highs and lows, Mr. Murray has been a strong supporting figure, giving advice whenever people need it, not taking any BS, and just really, truly shaping us to being the people that we are today. So, and when you think about it, we are literally just a small fraction a small fraction of like the 150 some odd people that Mr. Murray, you do this for every single year. So on behalf of everyone, thank you so much. And Mr. Evitt, I have never seen a teacher that has connected more to students than you have. I think you knew what Animal Crossing was before I did. I still think you know how to like run a Discord server better than I do. Like you talk about.
I'm sorry.
You talk about anime things that I've never even heard of. Like, I mean, like what anime things, Grace?
Well, this is streaming, not anime. He streams a lot.
Streams. Oh, okay, clearly don't know much about it. but the point being, I have no doubt that your extremely positive personality and positive attitude would impact the lives of us students in the future and greatly in shaping us to be the people that we are today. So thank you so much, directors, and I'll take it back to you.
Love you.
Love you. Big hug, big hug, big hug.
Aw.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, Mr. Evitt?
Yeah, all right. So I'll again, like, you all are just so great. It's hard to follow up all these people who are so eloquent, but I'll do my best and try and keep it short as well. So again, you know, wrapping up year 2 here with you all. It's been a journey, one that I reflect a lot on what my life would have been like if I hadn't moved to California when I did. Like if I was still living in Minnesota during COVID at like my old life, it would have been sad. Thank you all for just being the incredible people that you are. I am so lucky. You know, we've been talking about Mr. Murray and how great he is. And I just love sharing an office with this guy, even a virtual office. Like, he makes the job easy. So thank you, Mr. Murray. The students also really make the job much easier than it should be. So you all are just so talented and smart and mature and kind. And it's just really great to see you all buy into the Rio culture and tradition. And I hope that you can take a piece of that with you wherever you're going next. Remember what you experienced, what you learned while in the band room, whether it was actually in the band room or in the virtual band room on Zoom. Remember what that felt like. And you're going to go on to other things with other people who may not have like the same outlook that you do. But remember what this was like. And you can do things to recreate this feeling, this culture, this feeling of being a part of something bigger than yourself. You can do things to make this happen wherever you're going next. So my advice to you is to just try and make that happen. And again, you're all just lovely people, and I'm going to miss the senior class deeply. Obviously, last year's class was excellent, but I know you guys even better, and it's going to be hard to say goodbye to you all. I hope you come back and visit often. In the future, that office door will just be open, and you can come say hi. And of course, I hope that you will, when you graduate, I have a lot of you have requested to follow me on Instagram. I'm just sitting here like, not yet. Once you graduate, I will hit accept, and I'll have fun keeping tabs on what you're up to in your life. All right. So thank you all, everyone. You're amazing. It's been a year that we made the best out of what we could. So thanks for making it happen. All right. Y'all are the best. I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Murray now.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Evitt. Much appreciated. Let's get that. There we go. All right. And so, yeah, I just have a few things, and then we'll wrap it up here. So first of all, I want to say thanks to Mr. Evitt, and because he's really a joy to work with, and I'm sure you can all imagine that, but it really is nice. It's just when we're in the office, it's just it's always light. He's always positive. We're always, working towards the same goal, trying to create something really positive for everybody. And that's a wonderful thing for me to come to work and have that. So I really appreciate that. And of course, what he does for the students, because the students love him. I mean, how could you not? I mean, everybody does. It's just somebody who's just there. You have some people who are just good to be around. and he's one of them. And so we're all very lucky to have him. I'm glad he's here. So he never has a bad day. Or if he does, you don't know it. I've never seen him have a bad day. So seniors, okay, you're about to go off into your life. I have advice that I give my seniors every year, and I'm going to give you this advice, and I think they're really good things to remember and live by, but also very hard to do. So this year, I think really exemplifies this first thing that I'm talking about, which is I think it's really important in life to always do the right thing regardless of what other people are doing. And we've all seen people being really stupid this year. really dumb. Okay? But that does not give us an excuse to do the same or to change our behavior from doing the right thing. So just my advice to you as human beings is do the right thing. It's never an excuse to not do it because other people aren't. Okay. Of course, you have to determine what the right thing is too, but I think you can do that. Just do it. Okay. And then the second one is I want you all to be happy. I don't care if you make money. That's not how success is defined, at least not in my world. If it was, I wouldn't be a music teacher. I'd be doing something else. But I'm happy. I have a good life. And I think that that's because I did the thing that I'm going to suggest that you all do, which is find for yourselves the intersection of passion and ability and make your life there. Wherever that is, wherever that brings you. If you have something that you're passionate about and you're good at doing, you can make a life and you can be happy. Just do those things. Do that. Doesn't matter what it is. That's my advice to all of you. And don't chase money or any of that stuff. Don't worry about that. Life will take care of itself if you love what you do and you feel good about it. So that's my word of advice. Take it or leave it. I suggest you take it. But that's all I got. I do want to say, everyone, thank you to the students for being so wonderful. Thank you to the parents for being so incredibly supportive. Thank you for the parents who reached out to what for to the district to get this the concert that we have coming up on the 27th, which you're going to give you more information about. They needed a little goosing, and you helped with that a few times. So thank you. And thank you to the parents who made this event happen, particularly Tara Kringle for all the work putting all the slides together and everything. It's really been a pleasure dealing with you. Hope to see you again. That's our show. Thank you so much to everyone. We love you, and that's it. Good night, and go Rio Band. Mwah.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye. Sorry for coming late. I was preoccupied.
It's fine.
And he's gone.
And he's gone.
All right.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Y'all can log off now. Maybe not. Okay, Mr. Evett, thank you. I'll go ahead and close it. And,
yeah, we'll just close it. It'll be posted on YouTube tomorrow, most likely. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.